Shalom, Israel.
All praise to the Most High. Yahweh Shah bless. Shalom, Israel. We are the battle axes of the Most High, coming to you on this Wednesday. The name of the class is Unlocking the Mysteries of the Bible, God's Chosen the Key. The first scripture we're going to break out today is 1 Peter 4:7. Just make sure we all on one accord. So we're going to break a few scriptures out just to make sure we all on one accord. Everybody watching this video, y'all know we over here for the so-called Native Americans, so-called Negroes, and so-called Hispanics. Those are God's chosen. So those are the ones that we are speaking to. Again, the class is Unlocking the Mystery of the Bible, God's Chosen the Key. You can bring out the first scripture, bro.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7.
Read.
But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer.
Do what?
Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer.
Okay, read on.
Above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves.
Okay, so that means a lot of charity among ourselves. We have to have a lot of charity, so we always got to be in a giving mood. As being children of Israel, we got to be always willing to help our people. Read on.
For charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
Read on.
Use hospitality one to another, without grudging.
Read that again.
Use hospitality one to another without grudging.
So that means use hospitality one to each other. We ain't got time. We don't hold no grudges. You know what I'm saying? We always use hospitality one to each other. We always trying to be nice to each other, man. We don't hold no grudges against your brother and your sister. Read on.
As every man had received a gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of God.
So whatever we learn in this truth, man, it's up to us to go out and give it to the rest of our brothers that's out here, the ones that's awakened or non-awakened. We giving this skill to unlock the mysteries in this Bible, man, so we can go out and give it to the other brothers that's out there lost, to unknowledgeable brothers, the brothers that's trying to learn. Read on.
If any man speak.
If any man what?
If any man speak.
Read on.
Let us speak as the oracles of God.
So if you want to open your mouth, you want to speak thus says the Lord. Come from the scriptures. Read on.
If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which God giveth.
Which is these scriptures, which is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Read on.
That God in all things may be glorified.
Who glorified?
That God in all things may be glorified.
So this is not for glorifying yourself. This is for glorifying the Most High. We give him all the praise. Read on.
Through Yahweh Shah. To whom be praise and dominion forever and ever.
So we give him the praise forever and ever. Until he call us home and we done doing this work, we always give him the praise. Give me Ephesians 4:29.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 29.
Go ahead.
Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth.
So no corrupt communication should be coming out your mouth when we are here in this Bible. Thus says the Lord. When you even talking to your people. I mean, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. Read on.
But that which is good to use for edifying.
For what?
Edifying.
So that's these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what we use to edify our people. So if it's not good for edifying, then, or it's your own opinion, then I mean, if your own opinion really doesn't matter. Thus says the Lord. Read on.
That it may minister grace unto the hearers.
That it may minister what?
Grace unto the hearers.
Because that grace period is supposed to get these law, statutes, and commandments up on our belt, man. So we can start following, doing, thus says the Lord, doing what God tells us to do in these Bibles. That's what He's giving us that grace period for. Because, you know what I'm saying, He know that we was born into sin. He know we need that grace period to get ourselves together. He know what we're coming up out of. We got to use that grace period wisely. Read on.
And grieve not the Holy Spirit of God. Whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption, that all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
So no evil speaking about each other, no little groups, none of that. Talking about this person, well, this group over here talking about this person, man, we should know everything about each other in Israel, or the people that we are around that we gather ourselves with, or whoever you gather yourself with out there. You're supposed to know people, man. We shouldn't be talking behind each other back. No bitter feelings, no envy, no hating, none of that, man. It should be nothing to love in the house of Israel. Read on.
And be ye kind one to another.
Be what?
Be ye kind one to another.
So that's how the Lord takes the Bible speaks on nothing but love, being kind to one another. Read on.
Tenderhearted.
Uh-huh.
Forgiving one another.
Doing what?
Forgiving one another.
So that's a big thing in Israel. We need to learn how to forgive one another, man. I mean, once it's over, it's over. Let it go. Let's move forward and do this work for the Most High, because that's what matters at the end of the day. Read on, right?
Even as Yahweh, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you. So
if Christ can forgive us for our sins, I'm pretty sure we can forgive our brothers and sisters. Give me Ecclesiastes 5:1. And then, because we have a lot of people here, a lot of our brothers and sisters, we got a lot of opinionated brothers and sisters, man. Everybody want to give their opinion, but they don't want to listen to the ones that study this Bible on a day-to-day basis, man. And we know what the Most High tell us to do. You know what I'm saying? When you just give your own opinion, that goes over somebody's head that studies this Bible, because we want you to come with the oracles of God. Read on. Go read that for me, brother.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 1.
Read.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh.
So keep thy foot, man. That means be quiet. Sometimes you got to be quiet and hush your mouth and chill and be ready to learn. Read on.
And be more ready to hear.
Be more ready to what?
Be more ready to hear.
Read on.
Than to give sacrifice of food.
Because when you're giving your own opinion, you're giving the sacrifice of a fool. You know what I'm saying? Because God give us guidelines. He give us all the guidelines we need to live through life. You do not have to come up with your own opinions and your own ideas. Read on.
For they consider not that they do evil.
They consider not that they do evil, man. When somebody trying to teach somebody, thus says the Lord in these scriptures, and you know that they study these scriptures, and then you come up giving your opinion, man, you giving the sacrifice of food. You're stepping in the way of the Most High doing His work. So, I mean, it's a lot of judgments with that. Give me Romans 15:4. So, I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with being quiet, just sitting down listening sometimes. All of us have to listen at some point in life.
The book of Romans. You there?
No, go ahead. You can read.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
Read.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
Read that again.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
So that means everything that was written in this Bible before you was born, before we was born. Everything that was written, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Read on.
Were written for our learning.
Were written for our what?
For our learning.
So this was written for our learning. You know what I'm saying? Everything in this Bible was our ancestors, our forefathers, writing down and documenting what the Most High told us to do according to this Bible. So all this is for our learning. Read on.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures.
Through what?
Patience and comfort of the scriptures.
So patience is that enduring to the end, and comfort through the scriptures. You got to find your comfort through the scriptures, man. You can't just go out here giving your opinion, because if you're giving how you going to comfort yourself through your oppression? You know what I'm saying? We have to go through the scriptures. Read on.
Might have hope.
Might have what?
Might have hope.
Because being an Israelite, this is the only hope we have in this kingdom is this Bible. And now we're going to go into the class. You know what I'm saying? That was just to loosen everybody up, make sure everybody on the same page, man. Again, the class is called Unlocking the Mysteries of the Bible. God chose it, the key. First scripture is Deuteronomy 29:29.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 29.
Read on.
The secret things belong to our children forever.
Read on.
That we may do all the words of this law.
So this is revealed to the children of the Most High, man, forever. So the mysteries of this Bible is going to be revealed to God's chosen. And for all y'all that is lost and don't know who he's talking about, because I know a lot of people say he's talking about to everybody, give me Deuteronomy 29:1. We can see who he's talking about.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1.
Read.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
The children of who?
Of Israel.
Read on.
In the land of Moab.
Those are Chinese. Read on.
Beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
What you say? Read on. That was it?
Yeah, that was
okay,
it.
So that was the covenant. He made that covenant with the children of Israel. So that's not everybody, man. He's only talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. So, you know what I'm saying? We are the ones that can unlock the mysteries of the Bible. Give me Isaiah 28:10. Quick, I ain't got that written down, but we're going to bring that out real quick, because there's a certain way you got to read this Bible to unlock the mysteries anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think you need to read it straight through, and I'm gonna keep on pressing this, man. It's the same way God give us instructions on how to read this Bible. Rick, go ahead, brother.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 10.
Read on.
For precept must be upon precept.
So precept must be upon precept. You got to read precepts, man. We read this book in precepts. We read it in parables. Read on.
Precept upon precept.
Uh-huh.
Line upon line.
Uh-huh.
Line upon line.
Read on.
Here a little.
Here a little. In the Old Testament, read on.
And there a little.
In the New Testament. So we go precept. We might go get you a precept from the New Testament. We might get precept from the Old Testament to give you the understanding and unlock the mysteries of the Bible for you. Okay, give me Romans 16 and 25. You brothers got anything? Give me Romans 16 and 25.
Book of Romans, chapter 16, verse 25.
Read.
Now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel.
Read that again.
Now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel.
Read on.
And the preaching of Yahushua according to the revelation of the mystery, which was kept secret since the world began.
So some of these mysteries was kept secret for a while because we was being chastised by the Lord, man. We was being chastised, but now since, you know what I'm saying, that 400 years is up, man, he done started revealing these mysteries to the children of Israel. He's waking up prophets, man, revealing these mysteries. Now our brothers and sisters starting to know that we are God. We starting to know that this Bible was left for us and only us. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
6. But now was made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, to the commandment of the everlasting Most High.
So it's the Most High, man. It says by the scriptures of the prophets. So it's by the scriptures of the prophets that's left in. That's how we gonna unlock the mysteries. By the scriptures of the prophets that was before us. You know what I'm saying? Which telling us to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the everlasting God, which is the Most High. Read on.
Made known to all nations for the obedience of faith.
So all nations is gonna have to bow down to the law, statutes, and commandments of our Lord. It ain't just us that's gonna be following law, statutes, and commandments. All these nations gonna have to bow down to us because we're gonna be back on head again. Give me Mark 13 and 11. I mean Matthew 13 and 11. Once again, man, we going out to giving y'all these precepts, man. These precepts. This Bible ain't meant to, you know, it's good to read the stories in the Bible, but you got to understand how to break up Matthew 13 and 11. All right, go ahead.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 13, verse 11.
Read.
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
To know the mysteries of what?
Of the kingdom of heaven.
If we got to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Read on.
But to them, it is not given.
To the other nations, it's not given. They're not going to have the understanding of this Bible like God showed. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain group of people that be ordained to wake up and understand the mysteries of this Bible. Everybody's not going to be able to do it, man. And that's why he's sending you prophets.
Verse 11.
Read on.
And he said, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of Yahweh.
Read on.
But unto them that are without,
to them that are without, read on.
All things are done in peril.
So they ain't doing nothing but understanding this thing in peril, man. They not even understanding what's going on in this Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because the mysteries wasn't given to them. It's only given to God's chosen. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to understand this Bible. So how is everybody going to understand the mysteries and what you got to do to get into the kingdom of God? If it's not given to everybody, it's only given to a certain few people. It's only given to a chosen people, man. Mm-hmm. So that's what our people got to understand, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop sharing our Lord, man. Yeah. Understand this Bible and be ready to listen. And you know what I'm saying? So you can understand how to unbreak these mysteries in this Bible because only God's chosen to do this. Was that all on that?
And on that right there, when he's talking about that, he's talking about also it's given to the at this time the northern kingdom wasn't grafted back in. He was giving this to the southern kingdom. He was wrote in parables, so the northern kingdom was able to understand these scriptures because it wasn't at this time they weren't following these laws. Right. So he had to come at him in parables so they could understand. Because you understand that the southern kingdom was keeping God's custom. That's right. It was keeping the laws. Well, some of them was, but the northern kingdom wasn't keeping none of them. And, you just had a little few remnant that was. So he had to speak to them in parables so they can bring, hey, this is the only way you're gonna be able to understand what I'm bringing.
And he was speaking to them in parables because they was also under the Romans. And so, I mean, it was just to the point where he couldn't come straight out and tell the people that they was God's chosen. They had to kind of keep it a secret, man. Kind of like we out here doing now. We trying to call, we calling to the Most High to destroy this kingdom here, man. But we speaking against this kingdom. Everybody love this. They love America, man. But you love what America give to you and how it make it look good and all that. But it ain't getting you into that kingdom of God. Give me Colossians 1:26.
The book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 26. Even the mystery which had been hid from ages and from generations.
Had been hidden from what?
From ages and from generations.
Because we know, man, in the Bible it tells us that people was going to not know their heritage when we got up off the slave ships, man. So this stuff been hid, man. This stuff been hidden for ages, man. We had to go through the curses of the Bible, man. Right, yeah. We go through the curses of the Bible. We had to be punished by our Father, man, before we was going to wake up again and understand that we was his chosen people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
It's made manifest to who?
To his saints.
He's manifest to the saints, man. We the saints of the Most High.
Right.
We the saints, but we're going to give you that in the scripture. Go ahead. What you got?
Let me get a precept with that. Go ahead. Get Ephesians chapter 1 and start at verse 9. I read 9 and 10. Because he said, even when the last precept he brought out, even the mysteries which have been hid from ages, from generations. Let's go into that a little bit.
Ephesians what?
Chapter 1, verse 9.
Verse 9. The book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 9. Having made known unto us the mysteries of his will.
That's his Bible.
According to his good pleasure.
His word, read on.
Which he had purpose in him.
That's the word, read on.
That in this dispensation of the fullness of times, he might gather together in one all things in Yahweh Shah.
He said gather together in one. That's northern and southern kingdom. Okay.
Both which are in heaven and which are on earth.
And which are on earth.
Even in him.
Even in him. So over a period of time, he's going to be giving us the mysteries. You just ain't going to just on the mysteries just overnight. It's over a period of time.
That's right.
That's why he say in that precept that's why he said over ages and generations.
To touch on that point, because the brothers make some good points, man. Just think about it. We have had the Bible all this time, but we have just now to know that slave ships was in the Bible. That all these curses are pertaining to us. That's the most high pouring out his spirit upon us again and showing us and revealing these things to us. Pastor Porchop, they done had it, but do you think they ever read it? No, they have not. Most high done blocked their understanding and put spiritual blinders on them.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll praise. Give me Psalms 147, 19 and 20, man. We finna show y'all who the saints is, man, because everybody ain't no saint. That Pope over there ain't no saint, man. He ain't no saint, ain't no such thing, no Saint Mary, man. The men of Israel are the saints of the Most High. The women of Israel are the saints of the Most High, man. We the ones that's out here got to put in this work right now and wake up, man, and do God's work, man. Because of the simple, they call everybody saints and popes and all that, man. That ain't thus says the Lord. The Lord didn't ordain them. They was ordained by the white man. Read that for me.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19 and 20. Verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Unto who?
Unto Jacob.
He showed his word up to Jacob, which is Israel, which is the 12 tribes. Read on.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Unto Israel, read on.
He had not dealt so with any nation.
So I don't understand where everybody is getting the kingdom of God. He only dealt with the nation of Jacob and Israel. He ain't no other nations. Read that again.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Read on.
And as for his judgment,
his laws, his statutes, and commandments, read on.
They have not known.
So they don't even know his judgment. Only Israel know his judgment, man. Only we got the kingdom to the kingdom, man. That's all praises to the Most High. Yahweh Shah bless, man, because all these other kingdoms that had their necks, had they put on our necks for so long, man. I don't understand why y'all want them in the kingdom anyway. I ain't gonna be too fond of them up there at all.
Since we right there, let me go ahead and pull this other scripture. Right there, Psalms 148 and 14. When he's talking about these saints here.
Okay.
Yeah. The book of Psalms, chapter 148 and verse 14. He also exalted the horns of his people.
He exalted the horns of his people, meaning he lifted up Israel. Go ahead.
To praise all his saints.
Of all his what?
Of all his saints.
Of all his what?
Of all his saints.
These are the saints that God that Most High is talking about.
That's right.
These are the only saints he's talking about. Ain't nobody else, like he said, is a saint around here.
That's right.
Ain't no Saint Thomas. Unless he was an Israelite. Go ahead.
Even the children of Israel, even of the children of Israel,
go ahead.
A people near unto him, praise ye the Lord.
Children of Israel are the same games with y'all. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So I hate to crush that. I bust that little bubble. You know what I'm saying? If you got so-called Esau or Edomites in your family, you better enjoy them now. Or you better try to come and get in these law, statutes, and commandments so you can try to scoop them up before I get a hold of them. Give me Sirach. The book of Sirach, we're going into the Apocrypha, the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11.
That's another mystery. Like, man, this class is real heavy, man. Sometimes they go over people's heads because we have always been taught that the Bible is a universal book.
Mm-hmm.
But once we unlock the mysteries, we find out that the Bible is only to and for the Israelites. All these definitions pertain to Israel. All these scriptures pertain to Israel. Go ahead,
The book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11.
Go ahead.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
So this is not a religion, man. This is a heritage, man. These are our people. This is our bloodline. You know what I'm saying? What they call that thing? Ancestors. Our ancestors. What they call that? That's what white people use to find their people. That's what they tell you. You got a little Edomite in your blood. No, I'm not going on that because they give us this is our heritage right here in this Bible. You know what I'm saying? Read that again.
Besides, he gave them knowledge.
The knowledge of these law, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
And the law of life for inheritance.
And the law of life for inheritance. This is our bloodline. The Bible has nothing to do with religion. Read on.
He made an everlasting covenant with them.
An everlasting what?
Covenant with them.
So this covenant is forever. It can never be broken. Read on.
And showed them his judgment.
You see who's standing up trying to follow God's law, statutes, and commandments now. The so-called, the true Israelites. Read on.
Their eyes saw the majesty of
the mysteries. Read on.
The
majesty. Read on.
Of his glory. And their ears heard his glorious voice.
So we hear the voice of the Most High through these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? When we read these scriptures, we hear what the Most High is telling us to do according to the Bible. Yep. Go ahead.
That was a strong precept that you pulled out. You know, like you said, this is our mystery book, man. Mm-hmm. This is our heritage book, man. And we're set apart people, man. Give me verse 17 on it.
Verse 17.
That's gonna clear it up because he said when he was reading that verse, he said he made verse 12. He said he made an everlasting covenant with them. Let's find out who that them is because we can't get things confused.
Verse 17. For in the division of the nations.
No, we all one.
For in the division of the nation.
No, we all 50-50.
For in the divisions of the nation.
He divided up from the beginning, man.
That's right.
Read on.
Of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people.
And you already know who that is. You know?
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel is the Lord's portion.
We are the Lord's portion. So when he talk about them, that's who he's talking about. He's talking about the nation of Israel.
And just like the brother was bringing that when Ben and I was just talking about the mysteries of this Bible. The mystery is, and what he just read, our heritage. That's a mystery. And then when we're going back to our heritage, we realize now the mysteries come out. How do we get out of this mess that we're in? How do we get out of oppression? Going back to God's law. Something we was taught all our lives to get away from.
That's right.
Something we just seen the whole world that run by all these wicked kingdoms. They having fun doing everything. We need to try to join them. Let's get back to God's law, statutes. This is one of those mysteries, one of the biggest mysteries, and that they didn't want you to know. That they, even the ones who thought they was hiding something, most I was like, no, I'm doing that.
That's right.
I'm gonna bring them back at a certain time.
That's right.
And at times, like you said, for such a time as this, we have woken up.
Yeah.
And good thing we are woken up. So now it's time to get to these law, statutes, and commandments so you can get these mysteries.
And Israel standing up saying, we don't want your gifts, man, because we know what the gifts do. Mm-hmm. So we don't want your gift. We want the kingdom.
That's right.
Kingdom. That's a different type of feeling, man, because of the simple fact you no more a victim of this world, man. You ain't killing yourself, man, trying to break your neck going to buy your children some Christmas presents because your children know the truth. They know that is of this world, man. That's not on the Most High, and that's not in the Bible. So you ain't got to worry about that no more. Thanksgiving, Easter suits, because we don't wear suits. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'd say killers wear suits.
Killers wear so we don't wear suits, man. So we don't got to worry about getting no Easter suits. On our feast days, you just gotta make them fridges and they board up blue looking good.
Oh, praise.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all this extra stuff that we be doing. And then think about it, we keep our holy days, we get more than one. Right. You just get one day to spend all your money. We ain't gotta spend a dime. The Lord tell us don't spend a dime on our holy days. You know what I'm saying? With these other nations. So I mean, y'all gotta understand that, man. I mean, y'all don't even know how we could crumble this kingdom, man, if we just start doing thus says the Lord.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9.
Read.
They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth.
See, you say they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your trust in him is believing in these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your trust in him. That's the only way you're going to have understanding. Because then once you put your trust in him and have that understanding and start seeking, that you seek, you start reading, you start getting understanding. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And that right there tells you how many people be lying out there.
Exactly.
When they be saying, I trust in God all the time. Well, when I'm bringing you this truth, it should be hitting the head, right across the head like it hit us. Oh, man. Because they don't trust in God. They just lying. Because you be like, man, if that's the case, it won't be so hard for you to try to get this truth.
Come on. Read on.
And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him.
Which is the laws. You know, 1 John 5:3, the love of God is to keep his commandments. Read on.
For grace and mercy is to his saints.
To his who?
To his saints.
So the mercy and the grace is to his saints. Nobody else has that. So that's only for the 12 tribes of Israel. Read on.
And he had care for his elect.
The 144,000, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is the 12 disciples, but the 12 and the 144, that's who's going to be leading the kingdom.
Read that last part again now.
And he hath care for his elect.
Now let's get a precept to get who the elect is, because we're gonna go precept upon precept. We ain't gonna leave nothing unturned. Give me Isaiah 5 and 4.
Yeah.
You know, they love to come with semantics, man. Well, Israel elect, I mean, the other nations, maybe they the elect. Well, let's just see what the Bible says.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake.
Once again, it's only talking about the Israelites. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Go ahead up.
And Israel, mine elect.
And there he cleared it up in the next verse. Read on.
I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee.
The Most High God surnamed us. Israel means the prince that has power with God. Read on up.
Though thou hast not known.
Because we had known God because we weren't doing what he says. We weren't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead up.
I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no other God beside me.
That's all we want. Okay. All we wanted was let them know Israel is the elect. In verse 4.
And to those ones out there that call themselves Christians and calling themselves knowing this truth about the Bible, the one thing they don't know, we come out with a lot of verses, a lot of precepts. This Bible is talking about nothing but Israel, and almost every time we open this Bible up, it's about Israel, 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 Israel. But you leave outside that door and they think this Bible for everybody. I don't get it. But then they blind though, because they don't got no understanding because they're not keeping these laws.
And another thing, what I want to address, man. Look, everybody goes on try to looking at this one West doctrine. They saying one West doctrine. Here it is, man. He laid the foundation, man. He didn't unlock the whole Bible, man. It's us that's putting this work in, that's unlocking this Bible, man. So you can't just keep going to One West. It was a person before One West opened the school up back in 1919, but they don't talk about that. But everybody goes to 1960, all One West, this and that. Look at it. They set the foundation. Us just raising up right here in the last days. That's who the Most High chosen to raise up the people that's here in the future. Right. So no, we can't just keep going on this One West doctrine thing, man. Let's get our mind away from that thing.
Because ultimately we know through unlocking the mysteries about regeneration that he did send one of the prophets to wake us up. So we understand it. So like I was saying, it don't matter. As long as we know that we Israel and that we got to keep the commandments.
That's right. Give me Psalms 111 and 110. 111 and 10.
My favorite verse.
It is like mine too, man.
So we done talked about opening up these mysteries. So now it's an understanding. You don't just unlock mysteries doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give you people, man. First of all, you know what I'm saying? It's something you got to do to unlock these mysteries, man. You got to have a certain quality. It's something that you got to be doing for the Lord to unlock these mysteries of the Bible. Just not anybody doing it. So read that for me, brother.
First, you got to be Israel.
That's right. That's the first thing. We already established that. Now we talking to the brothers and sisters that's in Israel. How do you unlock these mysteries? We already gave you the way to do it precept upon precept. Now you got to be doing something in your life on your day-to-day basis, trying to change on a day-to-day basis. And this is the way you do it. Read on.
The book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10.
Read.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
So you got to fear God. So first of all, it's the beginning of wisdom. And if by showing him you fear him, it's keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
A good understanding.
A good what?
A good understanding.
No, I have your own opinion, man.
A good understanding.
Now the Lord in my heart.
A good understanding.
Now I'm covered by the blood.
A good understanding.
So you got to have understanding. You got to study. Read on.
Have all they that do his commandments.
Saying when you study this Bible, the way the Most High tell you to do, all he tell you to do is keep his law, statutes, and commandments. He ain't tell you they was done away with. He ain't told you was covered by no blood. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what the good understanding is, to keep his commandments. Read on. You got something to say? Go ahead.
His praise endure forever. And that's what I've been looking at. I've been seeing a couple of people on Facebook. They be like, well, you know, you don't really got to wear the fringes because of such and such. Well, fringes ain't going to keep it. Look, if you're trying to make it into the kingdom, why would you try to do the minimum? You know, I'm going to be like, hold on, I'm trying to go overboard just to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm on it. Like when you try to get in that concert, you did what you had to do to get them tickets. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we gonna go out here and park out in front of the line for 3 days to get them tickets. So at this same time, when most I say put on some fringes, man, double up on your fringes. I got fringes on my underwear because I don't even know, just in case you say something about that. I got that. I'm getting on everything. I'm making sure I got all my stuff done just in case. So he'd be like, oh, okay. When they go down that checklist, he'd be like, yeah. When that battles on that scale come, when you put in your work, mine gonna be heavy. Yeah, I was doing all kind of. I went overboard. You know, so that's how you want. Quit making excuses for not trying to do them. Well, I don't have to wear a dress all the time because I gotta go. Well, put one on as soon as you get off work. Quit asking about it. Just try to figure out, how can I wear this dress? How can I put these fringes on there? How can I go to my job and get off for this holiday if I can? Right. If they allow me to, I'm gonna make an effort. They might say no, but make that effort. I'm trying to do whatever. Okay, we're supposed to do this. I know we're in captivity, but let me see if I can do this. Let me quit making excuses not doing it and try to find excuses to do these laws.
Let me get a precept. You know, we got to go back to it. To go Matthew 5 and 18.
Bring it up.
Yep. Look, he said the fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom. But the thing is, he said, is a good understanding. All they do the commandments. Right. So even if you ain't doing the little smaller commandments, the Most High God, he got directions on people that don't want to do smaller commandments too.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18. Verily I say unto you, to heaven and earth pass.
One little bit.
Or one tittle.
Or one even smaller than that.
Shall in no wise pass from the law.
He said, in no wise pass from the law. You know,
shall all be fulfilled.
See, all things ain't fulfilled because heaven and earth still here.
See, Christians don't know that because they scared of Revelation. You know what I'm saying? They scared to go into Revelations. Ain't none of you churches reading and teaching each other about no Revelation. So you don't know what's going to be happening in the end yet because y'all don't read about it. But everything got to be fulfilled before we can start walking around talking about something that's in our heart.
And then that's another thing too. If they was talking about this is all fulfilled and everything done and over with, why y'all even reading past this scripture? The Bible should have stopped right there on 18. Because because it's all fulfilled. Oh, it's done. Well, stop reading. Don't quit reading. Why are you quoting Paul?
How did you get to John 3?
Because, yeah, why would you even get there? Because this is it. That's how y'all say it. It's fulfilled. Oh, that Bible should have stopped right here. My should have cut out right here, all through here. And the rest of this should be gone out the Bible. That's what they be saying. That means all this stuff that he's talking about and the stuff that still ain't fulfilled. Right. Paul even talking about some stuff that ain't fulfilled. So how we talking about it's fulfilled? Right. It's all fulfilled. Well, in heaven, well, I don't know what we're walking on now. Gas. I don't know what this is if this ain't earth here.
Read the next verse.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
And fringes. Read that again up.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
Wearing your beard.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
Keeping the Sabbath.
And shall teach men so.
Because you teach men so by your words and by your actions. When they see you doing it, your children want to do it. And when they tell you to do it, when you tell them to do it, guess what? That's teaching them too. Go ahead up.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Because a lot of people take that as, oh, I'm still going to get in. Read on up.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Now, reverse, go ahead.
Yeah, because everybody keep thinking, when they say at least, they say, oh, I still can make it in. No, let's read the next verse.
I say unto you that except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case.
It's a possibility.
In no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
You know, that little least part, guess what? You still won't make it.
So we got to just do whatever we got to do, man. We trying to change on a daily basis. And that's what we telling Israel, man. How you going to make it to the kingdom and you don't even got no instruction? You making all type of turns. You don't know which way to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when I went to Iraq, man, I looked outside the gate. If I wanted to go home, I couldn't because I didn't know which way to go. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know who the Bible talking about and what it's talking about, how you gonna know which way to go? You know what I'm saying? That's all we be trying to tell our people, man. You gotta have understanding of this Bible. Give me Jeremiah 3:15. Cause y'all think that y'all be looking at y'all see the Israelites and see a bunch of Negroes standing on the corner. The first thing our people say, man, them Negroes don't know nothing. They look just like me. Them Negroes don't know nothing. That's because you have Stockholm syndrome. That is because you love your oppressor so much you don't believe nobody can lead you other than your oppressor. You understand what I'm saying? But why would the Most High put a whole other nation over you to lead over you when it's me in the nation of Israel to lead? You know what I'm saying? We have strong men to lead in Israel. We don't, I mean, where can the white man take me? He can't take me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'd rather follow my brothers than follow some other nation that don't give a damn about me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand. We got to get that wicked spirit off our heart and out of our mind that our brothers and we can't teach each other nothing. You know what I'm saying? So because God ordained the prophets. You can't go to no school to kick this knowledge to your people. You know what I'm saying? The white man can't ordain you to give the knowledge to the Israelites. Read that for me, brother.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15.
Read.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
According to his what?
To mine heart.
No, the 501c3.
To mine heart.
No, we got to go through the white man first.
To mine heart.
It's coming straight from his heart down here to earth to us. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go through no white man to get the tools we need to teach our people this Bible. Thus says the Lord, man. So y'all keep running to them pastors and don't wait and let that white man tell them what to do, tell them what to teach you. Keep running to them so they can keep lying to you, getting your money while you sitting on the bus stop waiting on the 466. He pulling off in his Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? You waiting on the 453. Your shoe heel busted because you walk all the way home from church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? You keep listening to him because he got a plan for you. He's trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to break it. But God give you prophets according to his heart, man. Read on. And this is why he do that. Read on.
Shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Feed you with what?
Knowledge and understanding.
I do not want to know what you was doing back in Mississippi in 1955. You know what I'm saying? Or how you was one of the biggest backsliders back in your city. You had all the nice clothes, and don't nobody care about all that, man. We're trying to get understanding and knowledge of this Bible so we can know how to get to the kingdom. So we can get up out this oppression, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to figure out. If you ain't trying to teach me that, you can move around. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
and
brother.
the last time we picked the king of our own self when God was trying to give us, he was trying to give us David. We picked Saul. And we were living all ratty and everything. You know, Saul up there, he ain't build no, he just under the tree. I ain't gonna build no castle. I'm just gonna chill up under here. Saul was just one of the more ratty, man. We up there, yeah, we want him. God said, no, I got somebody for you. No, we want him. You know, since you want to, go ahead. Then we sitting up there and this broke. You know what I'm saying? We got a king, the bridge don't even work, and he can't go across the river. You know what I'm saying? We just, it's just, and this is what we done now. We're picking the same pastors today. TD Jakes. And that nigga just taking your money every week. Every week. This nigga up there looking at the jet, looking at you, laughing. He can't, I'm talking about, and that is crazy, but then when somebody look like you, somebody ain't got a whole lot like that. Oh, he can't tell me nothing.
That's right, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know who can tell you something. You can be a wild, you can be walking in there to get your little sippy sip. And there go a bunch of knowledge sitting like right there on the curb or sitting in the trash pile right there, brother. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to get that knowledge.
And the most I said, he gonna use the meat. He uses the meat. It's the meat this time. It's not nobody with pride and all this. I got everything. No, There's gonna be some of the people like, man. I look at them videos sometimes. I watch all them little camps. The ones that just started, I love them. I get some of the best words from them. Like, who is this? And be like, oh, shoot, that dude went off right there. That's what we need to start doing. I mean, he gave us these. He chose them.
That's right.
Let him choose them. Let's not go back and do what we used to do. Go ahead. Where we
give me first 2 Timothy 4:3. That's where I'm at next. So we finna get into this little spiel, man. We coming down. You know, hit the climax. We finna come down, man. We give you the understanding on why everybody is not gonna be able to. Why everybody won't reach the kingdom of God, man, because everybody is not going to get the understanding of this Bible, even some of our own people. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be caught up so much in this world, but they ain't going to be able to break their cycle. They ain't going to be able to unplug from the matrix. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just prophesied like that. Read that for me, brother.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 3.
Read.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
So it's going to, the Lord already knew time will come. It'll be some of our people, boy, I swear, when they see the prophets, they'll walk. If you cross the street, they got the white line right there across the street. They'll cross dead in the middle of the street with traffic coming. They'd rather throw their life away than somebody ask them about some Bible scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a time where our people ain't going to be, they said it was going to be a time where our people didn't want to endure sound doctrine. They was not going to be trying to hear these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we commanded to wipe the dust off our people. Them people, let them go on. You know what I'm saying? Because the 2/3 got to be fulfilled just like the 1/3. Read on.
But after this, after their own lust.
After their own what?
But after their own lust.
So we want to do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? So good luck to you guys. Read on.
Shall they heap to themselves teachers?
So they're gonna pick their own teachers. I don't want to do what the Most High want me to do. I want TD Snakes. That's my guy right there. Because I want to be a homosexual. I want to be bald headed like Michael Jordan, booty face like an Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? So we pick TD Jakes over the Most High. Read on.
Having itching ears.
Read on.
And they shall turn away their ears from the truth.
So they're going to turn their ears away from this truth. They ain't going to be trying to hear that. Oh, man, y'all know what y'all talking about. I'm covered by the blood. Well, good luck. Read on.
And shall be turned unto fables.
Yeah, I go to church on Sundays, man. I serve the white God, Caesar Borgia. That's who I serve. Because them ain't number fables, man. Them ain't number lies. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what they do. Everybody, they love the lies. I had a guy the other day. He said that somebody was telling me about the truth. But man, I told him, man, that sounds good, but I just want to go ahead and believe, the way I was taught, for right now, even though I know it's wrong, but I'm like, what? He just said, I just rather live this lie because, see, when you bring out the truth, conviction comes. Then you'd be telling, now you got to change. It's against their lifestyle. That's what it is. And I love my lifestyle, but I'm gonna get to heaven if I listen to the lie though. If I use what they teach, I feel good about it. Because see, nobody can tell you what happened in death. See, nobody came back to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It was cool there. You know what I'm saying? They make up lies. Aretha Franklin up there singing Tupac at a rap concert. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It ain't gonna be nothing.
They waiting to get pushed in that pit.
That's what that is.
Go ahead.
I mean, they don't want to, I'll turn it up on Friday. I ain't got time to go do no work for the Most High. It's Jeezy gonna be down here.
What's that?
You better let Jesus make it, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Y'all better let these people make it, man, and start doing thus said Lord, man, because he's not playing no games with our people.
What's that scripture? Smooth words. Yeah.
Bring it out.
Yeah, get that. Because this is what they love. This is what they love.
Our people love that, man. Oh, man, it's going to be all right. Just slide a 10 in the play, man, and God forgive you. Slide a 10. Well, now the $10 sliders don't really get that much forgiveness. My bad, Israel. But you got to be slide some hundreds up in that thing.
Yeah, bro.
If you want some real forgiveness, man, you know what I'm saying? You might get man, you might
$10
get
when you sit in the bathroom.
$10, you know what I'm saying? You might get a little blessing, a little prayer from the assistant pastor.
You got that.
From the deacon. You might get some holy oil thrown by the deacon. But you ain't not the head minister. Not TD. You got to put some hundreds in there for TD.
When the Cowboys, remember when Amos Smith and imagine you going to that church for the last 20 years. And you on a 28 boom. And they came in the first day and moved some people off the front row. And Michael Irvin running around here snorting cocaine. He gets the front seat. Amos Smith hoeing around all town because Amos Smith had one wife and baby over here and ran with another woman. Y'all didn't know that. I know the girl. But they run around. Guess what? Move them out the way. Y'all get front seat. Man, I'd have been tore up TDJ's church. I'd have been that kind of.
Talk, man. That $5 get your bus paid.
They done all of a sudden move these people out their seat. They go one day. They don't care nothing about God. Like, hey, hold on. Let him sit here. Man, y'all crazy out of elbow TDJ's dead in the throat and drop kick them right off that stage, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Give me some rock.
Isaiah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, read that.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10.
Bring it out.
Say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us.
Hey, hold on. I'm sorry. Read that up.
The book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 10, which say to the seers, see not.
See not. He telling the prophets, oh no, don't see. See, that's why they don't like when you hear the real truth. Because they'll tell you what you're doing wrong. Even though we don't know what they're doing. We're just bringing out the scriptures, but the scriptures are talking to them. And don't see that. Wait a minute. Don't see that. Don't see that I got this cigarette in my hand. Don't see that I ain't obeying these commandments. Don't see that. Go ahead.
And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
Oh man, don't prophesy don't tell the truth about it. You know what I'm saying?
No. I don't want to hear the Bible. I want to hear you.
No. That's what they want to hear you. You argue with me.
What you think? You know what I'm saying?
Speak unto us smooth things.
Oh, speak unto us something that's gonna make me feel good. Hey man, all that see man, talking about I'm gonna be put to death. Oh, guess what, man? I don't want to hear that, man. Tell me I'm gonna go to heaven, you know what I'm saying? Even though I just robbed a bank last night, but tell me I'm gonna be good if I die. That's what they want to hear. They don't hear me. I'm gonna go to heaven because I married my homeboy from elementary. All that old type.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't going. You ain't going, man.
This is love. No, that ain't. That is nasty. That's what that is.
That's it on that scripture, bro. Give me Ecclesiastes 3:24, man. See, y'all got other than me. That's why he sent the prophets out here, because if T.D. Jason they was still going, man, we all be dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There would be none of us left. Thank God he sent these. He put that spirit on us, man. Read that for me. The book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 24.
I'm sorry. I'm still like it, man.
Man, that out for me. We're gonna keep it thinking. Man. So, man, it's just like, man, these are the people that ain't gonna make it, because people ain't gonna believe in this knowledge that the Most High put in the Bible. Read on.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 24.
Read.
For many are deceived by their own opinions.
So that's the thing about it. A lot of our people deceived by their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? You let your own opinion get in the way of what the Most High is trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And And an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment.
And evil thoughts is to overthrow their judgment, man. You're not making right decisions right now. I know the Lord told me to go. I know Sunday started a new week, and I know he told us to keep the 7th day holy, but I've been going to Sunday church so long. I gotta keep going. If I stop paying my tithes, I don't know what to do. Our people say, we got a lot of people out there that don't know better, man. You know what I'm saying? And the church is steady, man, and they ain't gonna be reached. You know what I'm saying? Because they keep on going until they keep lying to themselves, telling them that it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can lie to yourself more than, our people lie to themselves more than the pastor. You can blame it on the pastor, but you're going in there lying to yourself because you hear the prophets. The prophets is all over the streets. You know what I'm saying? So they telling you that you can keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and we still got people walking up at the Sunday church. Read on. You see it on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me Sirach 2:10.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10.
Read.
Look at the generations of old.
Look at the generations of old, man. Let's look to the past, man. They tell you to forget about the past, but we need to remember the generation of old. This is thus says the Lord, but they ain't gonna forget about the 9/11. They ain't gonna forget about none of the atrocities that happened to them in America, man. So we cannot forget nothing. Read that again. Start on.
Look at the generations of old.
Read on.
And see.
Uh-huh.
Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
So he said, did any of them ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? He asked you questions like this. He kind of being sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? He asked you. So have any of our people been confounded when they trusted in the Lord? You know what I'm saying? So that's why he come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Have he ever forsaken any of his people? Anybody that feared the Most High and kept his laws was always never forsaken. That's why we're telling our people come back to God's laws. That's why we're going through what we're going through, because we're not following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Read on.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Who did he ever despise that was keeping his laws? He took care of all his people in his body that kept his laws, statutes, and commandments, and that feared him. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to go back to fearing our Lord, man. We have no fear of our God. That is the right why we in turmoil in America right now, man. So we got to look back on the old, man. We got to go through this Bible and look and see what our brothers and sisters did. Thus says the Lord, man. They got them glory and got them into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Give me 2 Corinthians 13:5.
Let me touch on something real quick.
Go ahead.
When the brothers bringing out, all the brothers bringing out real good scriptures for real, it is a judgment when you do not follow the Most High God's laws. The Most High God will bring judgment on you, and this is one of his judgments. Give me Isaiah 66:4 real quick. This is a judgment, and we wonder why, like we always bring up many times, why do so many of our people still believe that image of Caesar Borgia? This is this judgment that the Most High God has given them. We're going to go to the old, then we're going to go to the new.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 4. I also will choose their delusions.
Caesar Borgia.
I also will choose their delusions.
Read on out.
And will bring their fears upon them.
Uh-huh.
Because when I call,
when the Most High is telling you throughout the scriptures to keep his commandments, that's him calling you. Read on.
None did answer.
They didn't want to keep the commandment. Read on out.
When I spake, they did not hear.
So when he used the prophets to speak to us, to teach us to keep the commandments, they shunned them away. Read on.
But they did evil for mine eyes.
Read on.
And choose that in which I delighted not.
Now let's get it in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. This is the precept to that. It's saying the same thing, just in different ways. It's saying the same thing, man. We got to understand when we don't do what the Most High say, it is judgment for that. It's judgment for each things that we do. Like when we eat pork, the judgment is high blood pressure, heart disease, all these things that come upon us and make our bodies bad. Read that out.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. And for this cause,
and that cause is not keeping the commandments. Read on.
God send them strong delusions.
God shall send us strong delusions. Read on out.
That they should believe a lie.
Caesar Borgia image.
They should believe a lie.
Because nowhere in the scriptures did you find that image in the Bible. That's how you know that's a strong spiritual delusion that the Most High God put on our people. Read on out.
That they all might be damned who believe not the truth.
And the Most High is going to put them to death since they don't want to keep the commandments. Read on out.
but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Because a lot of our people, they take pleasure in unrighteousness. They said, you ain't taking that Caesar Borgia down off my what is that, chimney? I mean, off the fireplace. Try to take it down from Big Mama house to see once you get your hand chopped off. You know, so that they take pleasure in that. Go ahead.
And another strong delusion is Paul's right.
That too.
Because our people are confounded with this grace, man.
Christians condemn that brother, man. That brother was Israelite, man. That brother was talking to his people, man. But our people say he was talking to everybody.
Everybody, man. That's another strong delusion.
I mean, it's strong, and then they tell you it's hard to eat. I mean, it's hard. Peter was telling you, man.
He gave us a warning on
it. And Peter was reading them before he sent the letter, and he was like, man, this is going to be confusing.
Exactly. And you know Peter was learned in the scripture, so
man, Peter walked with Christ.
Exactly. So you know they had some understanding that we didn't have.
It's just like we just celebrated the fall, man. You know, you had Negroes out there with the full body flag suit on, and then had to go back to work the next day and work 19 hours. You know what I'm saying? What type of freedom do we have? Where you gonna walk around in the whole flag? You know what I'm saying? That's a delusion too. You know what I'm saying? That's a delusion. It's a lot of delusions out here on our people, man. You know what I'm saying? But give me 2 Corinthians 13:5. That's the scripture, Bob. I'll pray. You know, for you Israelites that like to sit at home and don't want to gather yourself together, man, this is what happens when you gather yourself together. We get the full arsenal of the Bible because brothers is bringing out scriptures. With all of us sitting up here bringing out scriptures, man, we get the full understanding. You can't get that full understanding sitting at home studying this Bible by yourself.
I like to say in your class, we unlock the mystery.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And we do this together, man. That's why he tell you to come together, man. Read that for me, Art.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourself.
What he say, do what?
Examine yourself.
So we got to examine ourselves, man. You know, if you want to be able to unlock the mysteries of the Bible, the first step every brother and sister in this room had to do was examine themselves. Read on.
Whether ye be in the faith, prove yourselves. Know ye not your own selves? How that Yahushua is in you?
Hold up. Go. Read that again. Prove
your own.
See, he said it's not just even proving your friend. You got to prove yourself, man.
That's right.
That's a deep parable in itself, man. Because a lot of times, man, like you'll lie to yourself, man.
For real. We lie to ourselves more than we lie to anybody. Who you tell? Yeah. We lie to ourselves more than we lie to anybody.
And that's the first thing we got to stop. We got to stop lying to ourselves first.
Right.
Once we stop lying to ourselves, then you probably stop lying to other people. You got to stop lying to yourself first. That's what the Bible tells you. Stop lying to yourself first.
But read on. Look at
some of them ain't even lying to themselves. They just talk themselves into doing it. I'm gonna fire myself up to go see, and I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? I turn God away for a second. And that's what we do sometimes. It said, and it's telling you that. Prove your own self. Check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Remember what's name was talking about that? Disobeying these commandments is bad for your health. I'm telling y'all. And this man, check yourself.
That's right. He say, know ye not your own self. So he being sarcastic again. You don't know yourself. You know what I'm saying? So he asking you, you know what I'm saying? First, you got to examine yourself, prove yourself, because you should know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
How that Yahushua is in you.
Man, this is all in us, man. We all got faith, man. We all believe. All our people believe. It's just how we believe. You know what I'm saying? We got to come back to this book, man. And instead, I tell you every time, instead of looking at the front of the book, open the book and read it. Read on.
Except he be reprobates. And he's in you because we come from that same seed.
That's right.
He's in us in the bloodline. But that everybody, I got God right here in my heart. Man, shut up. Man, that ain't because you ain't doing nothing. He's straight. So I don't even want to hit it. I got him here. Oh, he's not. He did not tell you to go to club Saturday.
You got him in your heart, but you got a blonde weave on hanging down to your head. He in your heart.
He didn't tell you to go twerking on the stage. He didn't tell you that. That's not him. That's not he ain't in you.
You brothers talking about he in your heart, and your pants tighter than you want. She got all the stuff in her pocket. You know what I'm saying? You're flooding. I ain't never understood that. You know, we never. You couldn't even pay back when I was growing up. You couldn't pay us to walk out the house like that, man. That was a missed school day. Mm-hmm. That was a missed school day. Pants tighter. You can see all my shoes. Right. Hey, y'all killing me, man.
Yeah, they show. They
I'm trying to tell
you,
y'all don't play no games, man, with the outfits these days.
Remember, they clowned if you came with. They flood, boy. That's where the flood came from. Man,
that's the style.
They clown when your pants are tight. These young people, they tripping, man. You can see all the change in their pocket. They got 2 quarters down in the nickel.
And a 20 folded up in the back. You see the print on that. You know what I'm saying? Say, man, we got to get up out of that. People say that ain't nothing but the white folks putting that spirit on us, man. My brothers, they walk around like that. We like to be comfortable. Then you hear Jacob wasn't dwelling in those skinny jeans. He wasn't chilling. Now you can't chill in them things.
Then they using the athletes push. Got LeBron walking around with a purse. It's just all this thing. And everybody, I don't want to give you one of them a man purse.
It ain't for a man just because you put man on the front of it. Believe that. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. We're going to get ready to wrap this thing up.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 12.
Read.
And further, by these, my son, be admonished. Of making many books, there is no end.
So, you know what I'm saying? He said these other books, he basically telling you that the Bible is all you need. It's going to be books after books after books that come along of people writing books trying to break down and make you understand this Bible. But we got to lean on the Bible. This is the only book that's been here. You know what I'm saying? This is the only book that's been here. We're going to be dead and gone. And guess what book is still going to be here? This Bible. Read on.
And much study is weariness of the flesh. Let us in the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Read on.
And keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment.
So everything we do gonna be brought into judgment. Read on.
With every secret thing.
Whether we keep it secret.
Whether it be good or whether it be evil.
So good or even. Give me one more scripture, Matthew 22 and 4. Because at the end of the day, we can tell you all this, and you still gonna go to Sunday church. Women, you still gonna be in them pants. Brothers, we still gonna be doing what we want to do. Our people still gonna be having their own opinions. So the Lord left us. We're gonna leave y'all with this, man, and we're gonna get on up out of here. Read that Matthew 22 and 4 for me, man.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 22, verse 4.
Read.
Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen.
Yeah, go ahead.
And my fatlings are killed.
No, that ain't what I want. Matthew 22 and 9, my bad.
22 and 9.
My bad. I apologize about this. Matthew 22 and 9.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 22, verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
22 and 4? Was it 22 and 4? No, that ain't it. 22 and 9.
20, 14.
Yeah, 22 and 14. Yeah, 22 and 14. Lock it. Bring that out, brother.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 22, verse 14.
Read.
For many are called, but few are chosen.
Read that again.
For many are called.
So many are going to be called into this thing, man. Many of our people going to wake up and be happy that we Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be happy that they're Israelites, that God's chosen. Many of us going to be happy. A lot of people got, like I said, a lot of people in these Christian churches, they're going down, but they got faith, you know what I'm saying? Many, but many going to be called into this truth. But read on. But many are, but few are chosen. So the chosen few going to get up and stand up for the Most High. The chosen going to get up and put their work in for the Most High. They're going to keep God's law. And you know what I'm saying? They're going to keep God's judgments. They're going to keep his commandments, man. We're going to do thus says the Lord, man. So like I said, many are called, but few are chosen. You want to be a part of the few that are chosen, man. And with that, we say shalom, man.
Shalom.